So a quick review for that, guys, is we're starting take our signs. As you start to come up, quick move, throw to first. Or as we get to it, touch, go. Quick over to first. Taking our signs, coming set, hold for one, spin and go. Or we can try to get them, trying to guess the timing of when you're going to pitch. 1001, 1002, 1003, jump spin, and make a nice throw. We can always vary our feet too. If we want to set them up for later, slow foot, nice hard throw. Slow foot, nice hard throw. And then finally, we want to pick them off, so quick feet, throw. So that's a little bit of a setup for that too. Remember, second base, when we're taking our signs, we always want to spin the direction our arm's going to be going in motion. So jump all the way around, arm's going in motion that way, throwing it that way. So that's the review for pickoff moves. Okay, now let's get into the actual pitching part of it. We have leg lift with hip in. So we kind of did this before, so take a look real quick. When we do this, we're going to be bumping against a wall or something that's nice and soft, hopefully. When you're coming set, we're going to lift that leg. If you want someone to help you hold that leg, we want to sit into a stretch away. Hip goes away from our body. We're still staying control upper half. You can do that right into a wall. So probably about 1 foot length away. 1 foot length away is off from the wall. And so I'm going to do that right there. I'll mark my foot. So right about there. Lift, hip in, freeze. Right there. Drive it forward. And then just go nice and slow so you don't hurt your hip against the wall. So just like that. I'm going to move this real quick here so I can show you on this way. So lift, hip in slow, hold. That's where we're going to be leg up. Make sure you're not leaning back or too far forward. Our hips into the wall, we're holding that. And then try it again. About 1 foot away from the wall. Lift, hip in, hold. Make sure your upper body stays back though. Upper body stays back. So once again, it looks like this. Lift, hip in, hold. Hip goes right towards the wall, right towards the catcher. And that's the drill you can keep working on to work on getting that dry going forward. Control where those hand positions are at. All right, our next thing we're going to talk about is our stride drill. Nice to set up a line on the floor. I have a little line set up with different spots right here. Nice and light. You can kind of see them on the ground, a little bit lined up. I'm going to use this backward as my rubber tiptoe on that line. Or from the markers, we want to make sure it goes straight. So, taking my sign, coming set. Hands and feet come together, not too far apart and not too close. I'm going to lift that leg, hip in, step away. And I'm going to quick look down and make sure my toes are right in that line. That looks pretty good. Maybe it's a little bit out that way, so I can adjust. So bring it back in. I'm set. Lift, hip in, drive forward. That's pretty good. Maybe it's a little bit farther back this time. You can open that front foot up a little bit, but we don't want it way open. We want it slightly closed still. So don't let it fly all the way open. From a side view here, we want to make sure hip in, forward. Make sure you're still back right here. We still want to be back. Make sure that knees inside, toes inside. We want to make sure that we're still back right here as we plant. So hip forward, stride. Make sure we're on our line. And make sure your body's back to your back leg so you can really push off and drive forward yet. We want to be able to go to here to here. Here to here. So we're back on the stride drill. So take your sign. Come set. Lift, hip in. Step away. Make sure your body's back, your weight's back. And hold, check your feet. Now I'm good. Okay? So that's a stride drill. Now with the drive drill, it's very similar to that. We're still going to do all the same pieces here. Take your sign, come set. Lift, hip in, stride away. Make sure you're back on that back leg yet. Drive drill is us driving forward. Upper body still stays back. We don't want to tip forward. Upper body stays back. Drive forward as far as you can in that front leg until it gets to about your foot. Rotate, drive forward, push, and follow through. Take your sign, come set. Hip in. Boom, right there. Still back. drive forward, stay back, upper body, rotate, follow through forward. Now from the front side, it looks like this. Take your sign, come set, lift, hip up, drive forward, stay back, drive forward, stay back, rotate, finish through. And that's our stride drill, working on transferring from the back side, pushing hard to that front side, but maintaining our position back in the upper half, and then rotate and drive forward. Now finishing here, we want to make sure that we're really out front here. So when I'm finishing here, if you notice my back leg, I'm way out front here. I'm way out front. Let me back up a little more. I'm way out front here. From my back leg to my knee, to my hip, to my shoulder, to my head, to my hand, I'm way out front here. Release as far out to the home plate, to the batter, to the catcher as possible. The farther release it out there, tougher for the hitter to see that, and the more power you keep, the longer. The longer you hit the ball, the more power you're going to maintain as well. So releasing that way out front, boom, way out front. Not getting it coming across, out, straight out, release, release. Try to release toward your target. My head goes to target, I'm tucking my glove, finish with my head going forward, back leg comes through, we're ready to field the ball. So here's how it should look. Lift, hip, stay back, drive, tuck that glove, rotate, head forward, release out front, release, finish, bring the back foot through, now we're ready to field as well. So those are our steps of pitching. So remember, take your sign, nod, come set, bring the feet and hands together, not too close, not too far. Lift that leg, sink that hip in, stride forward, but stay back to the upper body. Drive with upper body staying back, drive through the front leg, so driving through that front leg. And then we rotate, tuck the glove, head forward, ball out front as far as possible. And really feel that back leg driving. And that's our set of pitching that we need to practice every day if we get better at pitching. And we'll keep working on more and more pitching stuff as we get closer and closer to our tournaments and getting better. All right. Thanks, guys.